Good morning.
Everybody in, everybody out. Everybody turn around, everybody shout. Everybody ready, here we go. Let's do the Pinocchio. Right arm. Everybody in, everybody out. Everybody turn around, everybody shout. Everybody ready, here we go. Let's do the Pinocchio. Right arm, left arm. Everybody in, everybody out. Everybody turn around, everybody shout. Everybody ready, here we go. Let's do the Pinocchio. Right arm, left arm, right leg. Everybody in, everybody out. Everybody turn around, everybody shout. Everybody ready, here we go. Let's do the Pinocchio. Right arm, left arm, right leg, left leg. Everybody in, everybody out. Everybody turn around, everybody shout. Everybody ready, here we go. Let's do the Pinocchio. Right arm, left arm, right leg, left leg. Chin up. Everybody in, everybody out. Everybody turn around, everybody shout. Everybody ready, here we go. Let's do the Pinocchio. Right arm, left arm, right leg, left leg. Chin up, turn around. Everybody in, everybody out. Everybody turn around, everybody shout. Everybody ready, here we go. Let's do the Pinocchio. Right arm, left arm, right leg, left leg. Chin up, turn around, sit down.
All right, good morning, students. May you unmute and turn on your video for our screenshot of the attendance. I normally take a picture for your attendance because your names are in Thai. Then I tell the Thai teachers to help me translate your names to English. So turn on your microphones, your video, and then we have the picture for our lesson today. Thank you. Number one has finished. You can see Prina has finished. Who else? Please turn on your microphones, turn on your videos. All right, so to begin this icebreaker activity, I will briefly explain to you the meaning or the difference between the word much and many. Well, much is used when we are speaking about a singular noun, a single noun. Many is used when we are speaking or talking about a plural noun. It is important that when we talk or speak about much and many, for us to mention or to understand better countable and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns are nouns that can be counted with a number. And in most cases, they have singular or plural forms. Whereas uncountable are some things that we cannot count. For example, We cannot count air. We cannot count water. We cannot count milk. Liquids are uncountable. Gases are uncountable. However, salts can be counted. Salts are countable. So now that we know the difference between much and many, let us have our good student Pami to help us take us through this icebreaker activity, a simple grammar activity that will help us lead us into the next lesson. So Pami, you are very ready to go. Can you click play and we start? We have got two motor rallies, the blue one and the red one. When you click on the correct answer, the red one will not cause any accident. But if you click on the wrong answer, the red motorcyclist will miss the way and crash. So as simple as that. You can start, please. Click play and we begin. Thank you. So that's question number one. We don't drink dash dash coffee. What do you think is the answer? Much or many? You click on the correct answer. Oh no. Coffee is a liquid. It's uncountable. So we use much. Can you click much? Thank you very much. That's correct. Okay, let's go to next. You don't have dash time to do this test. What do you think is the correct answer? Many? Let's see. Pami, go ahead, please.
Many.
Many? Okay. Oh no, it's not many. Time is, we don't have much time. Much time, not many time, but much time. Click much, please. Thank you so much. You don't have much time to do this test. All right, let's go to number 3. Greg doesn't have dash dash friends. Friends.
Many.
What do you think?
Many.
Thank you. That's very good. Many. Greg doesn't have many friends. Thank you. Let's go to next. Number 4. He doesn't read dash newspapers.
Many.
Let's see. Very good. He doesn't read many newspapers. Thank you. Next. They don't have dash money. What do you think is the answer?
Many.
Many? Oh no. With money, it's much. We use much for money. They don't have much money. Click much, please. All right. Thank you so much. Next. 5 more to go. Is there dash milk in the fridge? What's the answer? Thank you so much. Is there much milk in the fridge? I talked about this earlier. Milk is uncountable, therefore we use much. Are there dash dash people in the room?
Many.
Many, thank you. People, we can count them. Yeah, there are many people in the room. Thank you. 3 more to go. How does work do you have to do?
Much.
Thank you so much. How much work do you have to do? Okay, next. Did you see dash dash people at the beach?
Many.
Many. Thank you so much. Did you see many people at the beach? Thank you. And next. Last one. How dash dash times have you been to England?
Many.
Many. Thank you so much. How many times have you been to England? Thank you so much. You can exit. All right. That was our icebreaker for our lesson today. Now, our lesson today is going to be about the world English. We have always seen different people in different parts of the world speaking different English. But what is the origin of English? And which one is correct? Which one is wrong? And how can we tell the difference? How can we tell that someone is speaking American English or someone is speaking UK or Australian English? So I'm going to show you a few differences in American English and then British English. To begin, English comes from United Kingdom, UK, a country called England. Then all other countries like Canada, United States, countries like Australia, South Africa, New Zealand, and others, they had their other languages. But during colonization, they adopted English, colonization, and then movement, tourisms. They adopted English, meaning that their English follows their accent, follows their intonation. The way they speak depends on the country or the geographical location where they come from. I, for one, Teacher Luke, I speak British or UK English because my country was colonized by United Kingdom, by England. Teacher Michael speaks American English. So there are a few differences in our accent. A Filipino teacher will speak Filipino English. Their English is adapted to their geography, to the area, the language they speak. So you'll find there are some differences. Thai speak Thai English. So English is diverse, but the accent depends on the geography, the area. In UK English, or the English that I speak, there are a few differences in vocabulary between the American English and UK English. American English, they use slang, and they try to make everything simple. One of the ways like you can identify an American English is the way they speak. For instance, most of their words will end with AH, SH, EA, AY, NA. I'll give an example. The verb or the word go. Go is UK English. Americans will say gonna, gonna. So they add that word NA to make it American. Yes is British English. Americans will say yay. They W and Y-E-A-H. So they add A-H. They remove the last letter and add A-H. It becomes yay. Something like that. If you have another example, another quick example. If I want to say, I am going to the toilet, I am, that's UK English. Americans will not write, will remove a and write I and am with an apostrophe to make it am. So they will not say I'm going to the toilet, they'll say I'm gonna go to the toilet. And again, if you follow their accent, they always don't read the last letter. UK English, they read every letter. But American English, they don't read most cases the last letter. You can say, I'm gonna go to the toilet, something like that. But they don't speak so fast. They don't speak again very slowly, but they just adjust depending on the area. And again, if you go to America, there are over 10 different accents depending on the area. A person like Teacher Michael will speak Californian accent. Californian accent is the best accent. It's clear, easy, because they are in California state. That state is clear, but it will be again different from other states like those in the southern part of US, United States, or in other states. They have, like New York, they have different accent. However, you can easily identify an American depending on those intonation, the words like AY. If the word like, say, take an example, God, G-O-D, God, or God, they will say gosh, S-H. Oh my gosh, something like that. That's American. UK, they will say, oh my God. So they read everything. I will quickly take you through our PowerPoint, and then we shall identify a few vocabularies between American English and then UK English. Then after that, we shall look at a few examples. I will again give a remote to someone to take us through. Okay, so this is UK flag, the Union Jack, and this is American flag. So the quick example to identify UK English from American English is what I said. If the word is yes, for them they changes into yay. They remove S and then they add AY. So it becomes oh yay. Whereas in UK they'll say oh yes, oh yes, oh yay, something like that. So let's take one quick example. If you go to England or you go to UK, they'll call this film, but Americans will call it movie. Another example, this is a cinema, UK English, but Americans will call it a movie theater, If you go to United Kingdom and use the word theater, a theater refers to a place for operation. In most cases, it is found in a special room in the hospital where they operate pregnant mothers and people with intestinal or internal infections that need operation. So they go to the theater. But in America, a theater is a place for having fun, like watching movies and playing a few games, comedies and drama. So another example is this one. UK, they'll call this a petrol station. Americans call it gas station. If you go to UK, why do they call this petrol station? It's because the liquid that was first of all discovered and used in the car or in vehicles was petrol, before they discovered things like diesel, benzene, and other liquids for the cars. They first discovered petrol, so they called this petrol station. However, Americans, they call it gas station. If you tell someone from England that you want to go to the gas station, they'll think of two things. One, they may think of a gas that is used in, like for cooking. Take an example, the one using a gas cylinder. So maybe think of like biogas or something else. They may also think of a place where they measure, take temperature, the weather, where they like take the temperature of the earth or the country every day, where they forecast the weather, because gas is in, actually it is in that in the gas state or air. So they always think about wind, gas, air, something like that. But Americans, when you talk of petrol station, they will not understand you. So you have to use gas station. Another example. Okay, this is a shop. UK English, they'll call it a shop. But Americans, they will call it store. 7-Eleven store, Big C store, supermarket, Robinson, they all call them store. But for UK, they'll call it shop. I hope you understand the difference. If you meet someone like me and says, I want to go to the shop, think of a store, a departmental store. All right, another example. In UK, they can call this a chemist, they can call it a medicine shop, others will call it pharmacy, others will call it dispensary. That is all UK English, but Americans will call it a drug store. Now take note, when you happen to go to England or in UK, if you use the word drugs, they'll think of the other bad drugs that people smoke. Things like opium, things like cocaine. Those are drugs, those substances that are illegal or illicit. But Americans use drugstore to represent a place where they can, a sick person can get treatment from. Hospital is general. Americans and British, they all use hospital. Next, take this vehicle or this type of car. In UK, they call it a lorry. Lorry. But Americans will call it a truck. Okay, another quick example is this one. We have got different kinds of trains. You understand them better. In Thailand, I like the way they identified them. Like if you go to Bangkok, you'll find BTS, the Sky Train. We have the underground train, or the one that goes to the provinces. That's, they call it the underground, or they call it surface train. Then you have the one that passes underground in a tunnel under. In Thailand, they'll call it MRT. They also have BRT. BRT looks like a bus. It moves actually on the roads, but it is also a sub-train. When it comes to Americans and British English, it will be different. This one passes underground, the MRT, so in UK they'll call it underground train. But Americans will call this subway, subsection of the way, subsection of the road, or subsection of the train. So take note of the difference. That represents the MRT, the underground train. Okay, we have this. This one, the British, they'll call it torch. To torch means to give light. Americans, to give light, they call it flash. So they call it flashlight. Torch, flashlight. Another example is this one. British, they'll call, in UK, they'll call it lift. Americans will call it elevator. Elevator. Okay, then we have got the escalators, and then we have others. I shall be looking at them one by one. Okay, we have this one. In British, they'll call this mobile phone. Mobile phone, like what I have here. It's a mobile phone. But Americans will call it a cell phone. Cell phone. Cell phone. Cell, C-E-L, C-double-L, then phone. Cell phone. Another one is, okay, we have that. In the UK, they'll call this eraser. Eraser, I mean rubber, rubber, UK English, British English, but Americans will call it eraser. Now take note again, when you happen to go to America, don't call this rubber. Americans, they use rubber to represent those soft gloves like a protective gloves like the condoms. So if you go to America and you say, I want rubber, they'll give you a condom. But in UK, in England, they give you eraser. So take note of that. Okay, this one is a type of season that happens, that leaves fall out. In UK, it falls out during autumn season. That season is called autumn. But for Americans, they will call it fall, falling down. I think you know this song that says autumn leaves are falling down. So they call it fall, leaves falling down. In UK, it's autumn. Next, okay, this is someone is carrying up a letter. A letter, if you want to take it to a post office or to send it by post or by carry express or any other, in Americans, the person will be called, I mean in UK, the person will be called a postman. Postman. Because they post. To post is to send to a delivery service like carry express or post. In UK, they call it postman, the person that sends. Or if he's female, will be post lady or post person. But if it's a gentleman, postman. Now, Americans will call this letter email. And they call it mail. They remove E and they call it mail. So this person becomes mailman. Now, the difference again is when you go to UK and you want to type a letter and send on an email, they'll call it mailing or sending an email. Mailing. But Americans, they'll combine it and call the same, mail. Mailing the letter or sending the letter. Mailman, postman. Next. Now this is the office, that small box where you drop the letter. In UK, they'll call this a post box. Post box. But in America, they'll call it mailbox. Mailbox. This one, you know this plant? It's purple in color. In UK, they call this aubergine. Aubergine. But when you go to America, they'll call it the eggplant. Eggplant. That some plants have eggs, and that is the egg. Take notes. Okay, we have got this one. In America, they'll call this cookie, but in UK they'll call it biscuit. 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 Take note of how I read it. American they call it cookie. This one is in UK they'll call it chips. Chips. But if you go to America they'll call it French fries. Why do they call it French fries? This type of food was first started by people from France. So because it used to come from France and people from France used to make them and fry them in cooking oil, the Americans called it French fries. Just like they can say Thai food. So French food. French fries. So, but UK they call it chips. Another one is this one. In UK they call these sweets. Sweets because they are tasting, they are sweet. But in America they call them candies. Candies. And next is this one. In UK they'll call this jam. But Americans they have got two ways of calling it. They can call it jelly or they can call it jam. It can be a jelly or jam. Jelly jam. Something. Some people just like to call identify it too well. Jelly jam. Next is this one. This one this one is where something where you put the it's like a bin where you put those wastes, things that you don't use, or after using you drop them in the bin. In America they call it, in UK they call it rubbish, but America they call it garbage. That tin. Okay, this one is called dummy in UK, and Americans call it pacifier. This is an artificial breast that is given to babies to make them stop crying. When they are crying, you put that in their mouth and then they start sucking that. They think they are sucking the breast. It's called a dummy in UK, and then Americans call it pacifier. Then this one is a nappy. Nappy in UK, but Americans call it diapers. Girls and babies use that so much, especially those girls that are old that experience some of the body changes during adolescent stage. Next is this one. This type of sports in UK, it's called football. Football, because they use the foot to kick the ball, but Americans call it soccer. Soccer. Then this one is called a trouser. Trouser. Again, take note, in UK, they don't have letter, they use letters, they call it Z. The sound for Z is S in UK, but for America, the sound for for Z is Z. Z. So if the Americans will not call that trousers, they call it pants. Now, again, take note, pants in UK is the short one. The short one that we always put inside. In UK, they call it pants. But Americans, they call all, whether short or long, pants. This one, Americans will call it sweater, but the UK or British will call it jumper. Jumper. We have this one. Wear it inside. Boys, I mean in UK they call it vest, but in America they call it undershirt. Inside shirt. Vest or undershirt. Vest is in form of letter V. That's why they call it a vest. This, especially this part. That part is in form of letter V. That's why they call it vest. But America, they call it undershirt. Next, this one in UK, it's called wash basin for washing hands. It's always found in the toilet and the places where we brush our teeth from. Americans call it sink. Next, this one, it's called tap. In UK, Americans call it faucet. This one, try to increase my speed. I've got a warning that the Zoom will shut and will restart shortly. So this one is called a wardrobe, where we hang clothes, and Americans call it closet. Then this type of insect, Americans, okay, in UK they call it ladybird, a female bird, but